After my husband left me, his lover's father came with an offer that changed everything. 3 days after my husband walked out of our home, the last person I expected appeared at my door. He didn't come to apologize. He didn't come to defend his daughter either. Instead, he calmly said something that changed my life forever. "I'm a wealthy man," he told me. "If you agree, tomorrow we go to the registry office and get married." It took me only a few seconds to realize that whatever decision I made next would turn my entire life upside down. Emily Carter stood outside a tall glass office building in downtown London, clutching a printed address in her trembling hands. The sign near the entrance read Harrington Developments, the construction company owned by Daniel Harrington, father of the young woman who had stolen her husband. Just 3 days earlier, Emily's 15-year marriage had collapsed. Her husband, Michael, a respected university lecturer, had fallen in love with one of his students, a 23-year-old named Sophie, young, confident, and careless about the damage she left behind. Emily told herself she came only to talk, to explain what Sophie had done, maybe to hear an apology, maybe just to release the pain suffocating her chest. But as the elevator carried her to the 7th floor, she realized she didn't even know what she wanted anymore. When Daniel finally looked up from his desk, she lost control. Words poured out of her. Anger, humiliation, heartbreak, confusion. 15 years of loyalty erased in a matter of weeks. To her surprise, he didn't interrupt. He simply listened. And when she finished, expecting anger or denial, he sighed quietly. "You're right," he said. "My daughter is selfish, and that is partly my fault." Emily was stunned. She had prepared herself for confrontation, not agreement. Embarrassed by her emotional outburst, she apologized and left quickly, convinced she had made a terrible mistake. The next evening, the doorbell rang. Daniel Harrington stood outside her apartment. Elegant, calm, and completely serious. "I didn't finish what I wanted to say yesterday," he explained. "I have a proposal for you." Inside her small living room, he spoke without hesitation. "My daughter needs to learn that actions have consequences," he said. "And you deserve a chance to start over." Then he made the offer. "Marry me." Emily thought she had misunderstood. But Daniel explained calmly, a marriage of partnership. No obligations, no expectations of love. Mutual support between two people betrayed by those closest to them. And yes, it would shock his daughter and their ex-husband. At first, Emily thought he was insane. People didn't marry out of revenge. But that night, lying awake, she realized something uncomfortable. She had nothing left to lose. The future she had planned was gone. The life she built no longer existed. Her friend Laura, a lawyer, investigated Daniel's background the next day. Everything checked out. Successful business owner, widower, clean reputation. Still, the idea felt unreal. Yet the alternative, loneliness, humiliation, watching her ex build a new life, felt worse. When Daniel returned for her answer, Emily surprised even herself. "I agree," she said. "But on my terms. A prenuptial agreement, independence, respect, and her cat moving in with her." Daniel laughed for the first time. Agreed. The wedding was quiet and quick. No romance, no grand promises. Just signatures and a handshake between two adults making a practical decision. But something unexpected happened. For the first time since Michael left, Emily felt calm, free. The real shock came later that day. Daniel invited his daughter and Michael to his house, saying he had important news. When Emily walked into the living room and Daniel introduced her as his wife, silence filled the room. Sophie's face turned pale. Michael looked as if the ground had disappeared beneath his feet. "This is a joke," Sophie whispered. "No," Daniel replied calmly. "This is my decision." Then he added something neither of them expected. From now on, Sophie would support herself. No more apartments, no more credit cards, no more financial rescue. She had chosen her life. Now she would live it. For the first time, he looked uncertain, as if realizing what he had lost. They left without saying goodbye. Life afterward didn't unfold the way Emily expected. What began as an arrangement slowly became something warmer. Daniel was thoughtful, patient, and surprisingly kind. Evenings turned into long conversations. Shared dinners became routines. Silence between them felt comfortable rather than awkward. Months later, Daniel admitted the truth. "I liked you from the moment you walked into my office," he said. "The marriage wasn't only about revenge." Emily laughed, realizing she had stopped thinking about her past entirely. Meanwhile, Sophie and Michael's relationship collapsed within months. Reality proved far less exciting without financial comfort or admiration. Michael tried calling Emily several times. She never answered. She no longer needed closure. Sometimes life breaks you only to give you a second beginning. One you never would have chosen, but one that leads exactly where you're meant to be. And for the first time in years, Emily finally felt that her life belonged to her again.